Okay, well, it's day 6. I'm on Ralf Bice, and it's raining a little. It's foggy and rainy. Sun's not really that high yet, but I'm gonna try to get an early start. I've got Ralf Bice to pass, Hambone, and then Magnetawan. Just 2 portages. I believe it's a 235 and 135, so not that far. I think I should have the rest of the travel done in 2, maybe 3 hours. Just it's going to depend on the weather and how much time I spend running cameras. The wind is coming towards me, so I'm going to be paddling into a headwind. But at the moment it's not that strong. It's a part of why I want to get out sooner than later. So I'm gonna make a quick coffee, probably skip the oatmeal, and I've got a protein bar, probably stick the protein bar in my pocket and just head out. Hesitating to talk about it because I try to keep my videos positive, you know? Nobody wants to be entertained by negativity and, you know, aggro type vibes. But there's other reasons why I left camp early today. I'm out on Ralf Bice Lake. Last time I camped here, all the campsites were full. There was one available, and it was low-lying. Might even pass it later on. It was low-lying, not much of a spot to camp. And I was with my son. We ended up staying there. It was raining, and it was pretty miserable. You know, you make the best of it, but anyway, yeah, not the best place to be camping in the rain. So I wasn't too impressed with Ralf Bice. It was really busy and, you know. But this route, I thought, give Ralf Bice a try. Second chance. And I'm sorry, Ralf Bice Lake, that I'm going to talk about you in negative light, but I don't think I will ever camp on this lake again if this is what it would be like. So I set up camp yesterday at that campsite, and nice looking campsite, you know, it'd do fair amount of trees cut down and stuff like that in the area, but that's pretty typical of Algonquin Park. But yeah, you know, relatively nice camp. And shortly after, a group pulled up, you know, at the Little Narrows, probably 50 meters away from my campsite. And there's a cluster, there's 3 campsites right there. One at the end of the island, one a little ways in, and then the one that I was at. Anyway, this group, they were like loud all day, yelling to each other when they were only 10 feet apart. A group of about, I don't know, at least 6, maybe 8 people. I think 6, but you know, it could have been 30. So that's why I didn't film much yesterday around camp, because it was just so noisy. And I thought to myself, you know, aside from just the noise and everything, you know, that it was, you know, very frustrating that most of the people, not just me, most of the people would come out to Algonquin to enjoy the, you know, the nature, the sounds, the sights, all of that. But there are some people that come out to party. You know, it went on and on and on, you know, even like craziness, you know, like there was a moment where the loons were calling around the lake, and it was incredibly beautiful moment, except that this group were yelling to each other over top of it. You know, they paused for like 2 seconds and then kept going. Sunset, you know, not spectacular sunset, but you know, it's that calming moment of the day. And again, a pause for, you know, quite literally 2 or 3 seconds, and then noisy. You know, I'd going through an incredibly stressful moment of life, probably, you know, one of the, you know, pinnacle stress points of life. And you know, I come out here for all kinds of reasons, but coming out here, you know, I come out to escape and just wind down as well. But, you know, aside from that, I know that my tensions are higher. And, you know, there were moments last night where I was thinking, you know, revenge thoughts, right? Like, you know, I will teach them, you know. I'm going to go stealth mode and ninja my way over in the middle of the night and throw their paddles in the lake, and that'll teach them. But I reasoned to myself, and that everybody has their right to come out here, and everybody has their right to come out here for whatever reason. If you're coming out with your mates to, you know, have a good time and a piss up, then you have the right to do that, you know. In today's day and age, you know, people have the right to be inconsiderate. You know, people have the right to be obnoxious, right? Anyway, then halfway through the night, a bear banger went off. So that was also wonderful, not knowing if someone was just screwing around and playing with their bear bangers, or if there was actually a bear issue. So, you know, woke me up and kept me awake for a little while longer. So yeah, so I decided around that moment that enough's enough, don't screw around, just pack up, get out of the campsite, move on. And that's one of the benefits or great things about canoe camping, backcountry canoe camping, is that you can pack up life, get back out on the trail, move down a little further, or keep moving on, and all the shit that you had to deal with there isn't ahead of you. So anyway, I'm gonna keep moving on. Yeah, here's that spot that Noah and I camped at before. You know, it looks nice, but when it's raining, there's really not much shelter. You remember this spot, Noah? But anyway, what is nice is that there's an artist who did some oil paintings of me and some of my trips, and she painted this scene and just recently sent me an email letting me know. Stunning work. I'll put a link in the description of this video. If anyone's interested, you should check it out, because yeah, it's amazing. So flattered that someone would use some of my video images for her own art. But anyway, gonna keep moving on to the portage. Okay, so I'm at the portage, 295 meters from Ralf Bice to Hambone. Conditions are wet, but 300 meters isn't too bad. So I'll get the canoe unloaded and get on the trail. Pack feels a lot heavier today. Must be the dampness. Gear holding in some water. But yeah, it feels heavier. Hear that, or its body just broken down from 6 days of this. Pretty good portage though. Very wide. Obviously gets a lot of traffic through. So at Hambone Lake now. If you remember day one, I canoed and passed through over there to get to Daisy Lake. So I just need to go a little bit that way, and then I'll be at the portage to Magnetawan, and 15 minutes of paddling and I'll be at the access point. But first, I need to go back and get the canoe.